What's up, YouTube? Dark Lord Diablos here, coming at you with this Vagrant Order video, what I did last year, of the top servants I can recommend for 2020. Now, the rules are simple. 1. It cannot be a welfare servant. I suggest that you already have at least one copy of a welfare servant in your Chaldea if you're able to participate in the event. Unless you're just starting out, you should be able to participate in every event. Number 2, these are my personal opinions, so if you expect a special servant to be up here that you're hoping for me to talk about, I will probably talk about it in a later planned video, or I don't really think the servant is worth talking about. Now with that out of the way, let's get started. At number 10, we have the 4-star Saber Dearmored. Now, technically the servant already exists as a 3-star Lancer, but this is his Saber form. In lore, he is the son of the Dark Irish God, and he is destined to be killed by a boar. So, if anyone wonders why he was killed by a boar during the summer event, and understands why Skahoth was kind of finding it humorous, it's because he was already killed by a demon bull before. Also, he's known to basically cuck Fionn. And considering how everyone dislikes Fionn for being Fionn, I don't think anyone has any problems with that. Now, the reason why I put this 4-star servant up here on the list is because if you don't got Okita, he is a very decent 4-star quickest servant. And let's be honest, even though Okita has so many reruns, I'm pretty sure there's at least that one person out here who tried his best for Okita Saber and hasn't got her. So, like I said, he has like 3 banners he's on. 1 during the rerun of the Fate Zero event, 1 during the next New Year's event with Birdie Saber, and then that rerun he'll be up there as well. At number 9, we have the 4-star Archer Fujino. Now, I'm going to be completely honest, and a lot of Konyo no Kokai fans are going to probably kill me, not only for just mispronouncing it, but for not actually watching Konyo no Kokai. So I absolutely have no idea who this character is and really didn't bother looking her up. I just know that everyone loves her for some reason. She has mystic eyes that can destroy a bridge. That's about as much as I know about her. Well then, I'm pretty sure people in the audience that are watching this that actually cares are going, why? Why did you even put her on the list if you don't know anything about her and you don't see any value with her? Well, 1, I never said I didn't see any value with her. She is a pretty decent 4-star single target buster archer, which I got to say is pretty intriguing considering I love my other 4-star single target archer, considering she has a really good set of skills, considering her buster increase which ignores defense, her ignore evade, which is pretty decent, and her final skill, which even though it turns her HP to 2000, it gives her a damage cut, and if she somehow manages to die, which trust me, she will, she'll revive on the guts. So she's a pretty all-around simple to use servant, and I like those. Not only that, she only has 1 banner during the Garden of Sinners rerun in February. So, if I were you, I would pick her up because you only have 1 chance. And she's a 4-star, which means she's better to pick up than Hokisai. So, yeah, good luck, and I hope you can pull her. At number 8, we're going to start off with one of the Lost Belt Kings that comes out this year. And I bet everyone's thinking it's going to be Scotty, and no, it's not. This is Ivan the Terrible, or Ivan the Thunder Emperor as he is known during this timeline. He is a 5-star rider with a decent amount of skills, a crit star increase per turn, along with a buster increase, and ignore basically a attack reduction with removing their buffs, And his Noble Phantasm, when it goes off, it's an AoE, it decreases their Buster resist by a pretty good amount. If you're wondering why is he so low on the list as a Lost Belt King, considering all of them are pretty damn good, I will say this. Debatably, we have a better rider that's going to be put in the normal pool during the Apocrypha event. So, by comparing the two, determining that either one could be better at a different situation, that's why Ivan the Terrible is so low. You can have an option that is better most of the time with an option that is Buster, but you only have a limited release. So putting that under consideration, I had to put him so low on the list. But that does not mean that he's bad in any sense of the word. That's just my opinion. And if you don't think my opinion's right, have on you. But other than that, you should pick up this Elephant Papa and add him to your collection of Lost Belt servants. At number 7, we have our first Lost Belt 3 servant, our very first good Arts Lancer servant, Qing Lang. She is thrown into the normal pool upon release, so that means you can possibly get her at any point in time after the events of Lost Belt 3, which is a plus. And she's got really good skills, one being a Quits and Arts increase, the other being a Critical Star Gather, and the third being an MP battery charge, with a very nuts Noble Phantasm called the Poems of the Four Emperors, which applies a defense down upon a normal enemy attack, applies buff removal on the enemies upon critical attacks, and applies a timer when attacked by normal attacks. It lowers the enemy's critical damage, and increases her own attack for 3 turns. And applied on Overcharge, apply a timer when attacked by critical attacks, recovers HP 3 times for 5 turns. Now note, this ability does not activate if you just so happen to die from said hit, so it does not save you from that. But that's why her MP battery gives her guts. So, yeah, she's pretty good as a Arts Lancer and fits perfectly well in an Arts Crits team, and I highly suggest you pick her up as soon as you can. Will the limited 3-star please stand up and make your presence known? The 3-star assassin, Adaku Enzo, like I said, is a limited 3-star servant on the Guda Guda 3 banner. So, yeah, if you can pick him up, that will be very, very good. Now, he is a Arts Assassin with the ability to gather a lot of crit stars. And if that doesn't make you want to roll for him, his Noble Phantasm definitely does. It is complete brutal. It's obvious why I put him on the list. 1, he's limited. 2, he's a 3-star assassin, which makes it rare, because I think that's the only limited 3-star I could find, which is on JP or NA currently. So yeah, I highly recommend him. Now, these next 5 servants are servants I will be rolling for personally. Number 5, the 5-star caster, Anastasia. She is the first Lost Belt servant we ever are going to see. We encountered her during the prologue when Kira killed Da Vinci. RIP. And looking at her, she's cute and adorable. And not only that, she's a really decent AoE arts caster, which, I hate to say this, there's really not that many really good offensive AoE casters. Her skill set is pretty darn good. Her first skill basically being an attack increase and debuff upon the enemy. Her third skill being a battery charge. And I believe her second skill basically giving her an arts increase and ignore invincibility at the same time. Not only that, her Noble Phantasm does an AoE blast and decreases the enemy's defense afterward. So you can just keep on hitting it and hitting the enemy and keep on getting stronger if you can MP spam, which is really, really good. Not only that, she's one of the very first Lost Belt servants we even encounter, which seems to have interesting design and gameplay elements, at least in my opinion. So I really highly suggest you pick up this very adorable Lost Belt servant. Number 4, the 5-star Berserker class servant, Zhang Yu. This Centaur Dark Souls boss from hell is a really fucking good Berserker servant, and I say so personally when I had my short period of time on JP. Using him was incredibly good. He just is, all I can say is, DPS. Even though he's a quick servant, he gathers crit stars for himself so much. 2 of his skills increases his critical power, and he has a Buster quick increase to boot. Not only that, he can protect himself with an evade and give himself ignore invincibility. With his AoE quick Noble Phantasm, he is very good at taking down challenging quests. But due to his MP not charging as fast, he is not really good for farming, let's say, as Berserk a lot. But that doesn't mean you should hold out on him. He is a very powerful Berserker, and I really highly recommend you get a hold of him. At number 3, the 5-star Alter Ego class, Shitonai. Now, despite you think, oh, you're putting him up here because she's a lolly, no. I despise the fact that she's a lolly. In fact, I despise most lollies that are sexualized. Trust me. But the reason why she's up here is because she's part of my favorite team builds, Arts. She's a single target Arts alter ego, which is a niche that really need to be filled out because we already have an AoE Arts and she is very good in Arts teams, so this fills out the circle. Plus, I really wish I had Shitonai to go up against Abby and Salem, because that would have been funny. But anywho, the reason why she's up here, she's a really good Arts team. Her skills match up for battery charge, attack, and defensive buffs to keep stalling for Arts to get off their chains. And her Noble Phantasm does decent amount of damage, and if they just so happen to be a dragon type, which we do have a lot of dragon servants, they will get their MP reduced. That's all I really have to say for Shitonai. Moving on to the next ones. Number 2. And oh my god, this one's probably going to be more than 1 minute long, because this is a 2-for-1. And I'm pretty sure everyone's been wondering, where are the summer servants? Well, considering everything I decided to do, I picked 2 summer servants out of the list. Mind you, all of them are good, and I might do my own video on all the summer servants when the time comes around. But for now, let's get the top 2 out of the way that I really want to get a hold of. We have Foreigner, Mysterious Heron XX, and Moon Cancer Summer BB. Now, mind you, gameplay reasons are not really the reasons why I want to get them, but I'll go over why you should get them gameplay-wise. For Mysterious Heroine XX, it's quite simple. She's a 4-star foreigner, and I suggest everyone get at least one servant of every class, just so they can possibly need it, and foreigners do really well against Berserkers. And since Lost Belt 3, we go up against Berserker Dark Souls asshole a few times in that, this will be very helpful if you don't have a foreigner on hand, or your friends don't have a foreigner on hand. Not only that, she looks like a Kamen Rider reference, and according to ManPig, apparently she's the most powerful entity in all of existence. I don't understand how. I am not in that deep I'm not that far deep in the rabbit hole of Fate lore, but there you go. BB Moon Cancer, my rival in internal struggle for existing. She is a 5-star compared to her 4-star counterpart. She is Buster Mayhem with an AoE, which fills out that niche if we ever happen to come across a pack of fucking Avengers, which I highly doubt that will ever be a thing. She is ready for battle. Not only that, her second skill, which is a battery, critical increase, and buster up all in one, is very helpful. But I know that's not why everyone thinks of her. I know exactly why everyone thinks of this powerful version of Bibi. And it's not because of her tan skin, because I god-awful don't like the tan skin on her. It is her third skill, Faceless Moon. It freezes the command cards for 3 turns. Now, even though I have her at number 2, I actually find this skill a little bit too gimmicky. I prefer just using her as an AoE. Why, you may ask? Well, if it just so happens that you hit the button at the wrong time, and there's a lot of wrong times, and you just so happen to lose a servant for dumb reasons, or switch out a servant, or somewhere like that, the skill is completely useless. It will get shuffled. So the best way to use it is basically with her and Merlin, because he has a great invincibility, and you'll probably be running 2 Merlins with her anyway. Let's be honest. I know everyone's be like, why are you talking about my waifu like that? I'm sorry. I just see her as a beater, and her third skill is just, in my opinion, not worth it. You can go sue me. I don't care. It's the truth, in my opinion. Moving on. Now for honorable mentions. Yes, I am doing honorable mentions because there's so many fucking good servants coming out this year. I really could have just threw all of them on which ones I want the more, and this video would be like way too long. I purposely skipped most about me talking about these servants so I can at least get this video down to the point where I can edit it without losing my damn mind. So, honorable mentions, we have Okitan, the 5-star Okita Alter. She is an alter ego, and she's a good buster unit, and she's decent. She's not as good as Passionlip in my opinion, because Passionlip is a tank, and actually I used Passionlip and I probably have bias. But she's really good. Other honorable mentions include all the welfare servants we're getting. They're all really good. I just don't want to put them on the list because I suspect should everyone get them. It shouldn't be hard, at least for most of them. And finally, the most important honorable mention of all, because, well wait, hold up. Hokisai. Hokisai is an honorable mention, because by the time this video comes out, her banner would already done ended, and she only has 1 banner, and I really want to talk about the Hokisai banner in its own video, which will be coming out in a couple of weeks, which I'm pretty sure everyone's going to fucking hate. But this is just something I want to get off my chest, but we'll talk about that later. And the most important honorable mention of all, Ereshkigal 5-star Lancer. That's fucking right, I'm bringing her up here, right now. I did not get her during the Christmas event, I did not get her during GSSR, and I spent my entire savings on her, and got popped in the back of the head by God for my pleasure for it too. And I did not get her. I got an MP5 Medusa Lily now. I don't mind. I like Medusa, hence why Gorgon's my waifu. But god fucking damn it. And not only that, I got fucking Ikendu out of all reasons. But Ikendu's good. You probably need a single target Lancer that you wish you would have. Blah 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 blah. I don't care. I have Kuko Lane if I really wanted to use a single target buster unit. Okay, moving on with the rest of the list. I apologize. Okay. Everyone should know exactly which 2 units are number 1. That's right. For number 2 and number 1, I put 2 units up here. And the 2 units I throw up here are Scotty Caster and Xingyu Dai. Or what I'm going to call him for the rest of this video, Lelouch Phoenix Moffified. Apparently he's supposed to be based off of Phoenix, but everyone equates him with a moth. So I will call him Emperor Moth Lelouch from China. If he took over China first. Start out in China. Why are both these on here? Because they're the best units in the game coming out in 2020. Shit, Scotty is basically Quick Merlin, and I know everyone's like, oh my god, that's giving her too much credit. Well, not really. Really, not really. Think about it. She gives Quick what they need. Merlin gives Buster what they need. They're basically the same. Different skills and everything, but they do what they're set out to do. They're support for their type. You can't really go wrong with that. Seriously, Scotty's going to make Quick meta pretty soon when she comes out. It's going to be a major impact like Merlin, whether you like it or not. End of discussion. Huang Yu is probably the best ruler class in the game. When I mentioned that, I'll probably make a video on extra classes because I really would like to discuss the concept of extra classes and show how really sucky and niche they are despite being all hyped up. Except for maybe ruler class. And he is the best ruler class of them all. He gathers crit stars, his skills are amazing, and he's just really freaking good. Not only that, he's voiced by the same person who voices one of my most favorite anime characters of all time, Lelouch V. Britannia. What more do I have to say? These servants are on my top high list because yes, I want them. Do I expect to get them? No. Electric taught me that much. But still, these are very servants I highly recommend anyone get. Even newcomers, they're very good. I suggest, if anything, you could skip all the other servants on the list and just save for these two servants. Whether you're into guys or not, get Lelouch V. Britannia Moth Emperor. He's really good, a really good ruler class. If you're only into guys, I don't care, get Scotty. She's really, really good. I'll probably make videos for these characters myself when they're about to come out or when I get around to it. Which, to be fair, I'm not going to get around to it. So yes, I highly suggest get them. Thank you for stopping by. If you would, before you go, hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. Share the video if please. I do not know really how to beat the algorithm at this point, but I would really like if you can share and subscribe if you haven't. And please leave a comment down on your opinions down below of what servants you want coming 2020, and if you plan to get them. I'll see you next time. Ciao.